Happy Turn Up Tuesday, everybody. I still reference stuff like it's my radio show time. I mean, I'm just hitting this thing real quick, really quick. I like to acknowledge my viewers. Shout out to Facebook. They in that thing watching right now as we do this live video that's not really live. YouTube got to get their whole life together. We're going to figure that thing out. I don't even know what we're doing with them yet. However, Facebook, thank you very much for tuning in. I appreciate it. Vicky, check out the Frosting Cafe. Actually, you can go to thefrostingcafe.com to get your accessories, your $5 accessories that come with earrings, necklaces, and bracelets, and all the Who Shot John, whatever you need, they're there. Vicky, I need some of those ears. We got to talk about that. Tito Dash, good morning. Watch out. Kelly Lee, thank you very much for tuning in. My name is Kat, y'all. The illest kitty in Sin City, baby. And I know y'all missed me or whatever. Y'all did. I missed y'all too. I definitely missed you. I am Sin City Heat, the radio show now turned podcast host, and they call me Kat, all the way from Las Vegas. Excuse me, all the way from Las Vegas. I'm a Vegas native, baby. When I say Vegas native, I have to remind you, because I have to remind people, you know, because they be trying to come for us talking about y'all don't exist. We do exist. We out here in living color. Pun intended. We here. And when I tell you all, we are here by the droves, and I just like people to know that we are and that we exist. And so I like to play this game wherever I'm working at, whatever event I'm hosting, whatever it is I'm doing. I like to play this game, of which is called, well, I don't really have a game. I guess I should call it a name. Where you from? That's the question. Where you from? Not where are you from? Where did you come from? Where were you born? Where are you from? And this is the question I get. Vegas. All right. So now the next question is, what hospital were you born in? And that's when they give me that, oh, and they smile and they laugh. And I always say, well, welcome to Vegas. I don't care if you've been here 47 years. I give you a little more respect because I'm 35. But you ain't no native, bro. You a transplant. You just a longer living transplant, and you ain't never left. Y'all know what I mean? It's no shade. I just like people to know that we're here, that we exist. A lot of us. We are working on 4 generations in Vegas right now, and it's so fun. Well, 4 generations in my family in Vegas right now. The average Las Vegas native is up to 3 to 4 generations at this point. A lot of us came here in the 50s. That's neither here nor there. I just wanted to tell you that because y'all need to know who the hell I am. If y'all don't know who the hell I am, I'm here. It's the ponytail. It's the ponytail. You got, when Kelsey Yo do your hair, she be creating edges. I ain't got nail edge, y'all. She be creating edges. The ponytail sliding and dying to the side. And it is just going down in the city. And I don't understand what's going on. So when I say that, I think my mic might not be on. Jay, I don't know. We gonna see. Jay. Can you hear me? Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Don't look like my microphone is on. If it is, y'all, I'm boozled. I'm boozled if it is. Hold on. I don't think my mic is on. I think we turned it off. I think we muted me. Hold on. Sorry, guys. 2 seconds. I can't see what's happening, but it looks like I'm... All right. Okay. So let's see. Let's see who we got. Anyway. Okay. So if it is, we're going to keep talking, but if not, we'll have to start over. So anyway, it is what it is. But it is something that people don't know. You know, people don't realize that Vegas has been around for a long time. And my family came in the 50s, like in the 50s. Like, yeah, my mama 1962. She was born here, bro. She was born here. I've had a baby. Wait, let's start there. She was born here. I was born here. Then I had a baby. When my daughter has a baby, that is 4 generations. If my nephew has a baby, that is 4 generations. If my brother has kids and they have a baby, there'll be 4 generations. But the closest to the generations would be my oldest brother. He has children that are older than my child. And his child or my child will make us 4 generations from my grandma. But my great grandma has kids, and all of those kids are here. And I don't know who was born here exactly out of the great uncles and aunties, I know that my grandmother was the oldest and she was not born here. So they came in the 50s. So we totally exist. Totally exist. It's not a thing with that. We know that exists. Now, I don't know if you've already done it, but right here. Is it right here or right here? I mean, look at it. I think it's right here. I need y'all to hit that subscribe button. Hit that subscribe button right now. Bing! And make sure you hit the thumbs up. Give me that too. I appreciate you. If you haven't already done that on YouTube, please go to YouTube and subscribe. Sin City Heat with Cat Y'all on Facebook and check it out. So, what else we got in here? So let me see. I've been sick for a while. I know y'all missed me or whatever, so I'm gonna catch y'all up a little bit. I was sick for a little bit, and I had to prioritize my voice and the usage that I have in my voice. I have to prioritize that. Are we on? Are my mics on? Yeah? The color's not going. That says me boozling? No. Okay. Thought I was boozling. So good. We still good. Good. See, we still good. Okay, listen. So I've been a little sick, so I had to prioritize my actual, like, my job. So I have these few things. So let's talk about it. First things I have going on is I'm still hosting events. I'm still traveling doing that. I'm still doing, I'm working and doing that. I'm always hosting. I'm always working. You guys know I'm like the rideshare queen of rideshares. My rideshare passengers love me. We'll talk about that too. We got the Sin City Heat with Cat Chronicles. Oh my God, I got scammed. Sidebar, let's stop everything to tell y'all how I got scammed on Lyft. Oh, Jesus. Jesus, oh my Jesus he told me to tell y'all how I got scared. Whoa, it just happened. So last week, first of all, I don't need nobody watching this video judging me. I don't need you all in the comments saying you dumb as hell. I know. I'm too smart to be too damn dumb. And that's why it keeps flipping me out. My friends keep saying, stop being mad at yourself. It wasn't that bad, they needed it. That's why I'm like, nah. When you smart, you smart. So when you do stupid stuff, you be like want to slap yourself like, why you do that stupid ass? Like, what? You stupid. You stupid, right? You really, really stupid. I think she was looking at me like I was stupid too, but don't come for me. I ain't come for you. I'm talking to both of y'all. Y'all looking at me like y'all coming for me. Anyway, so I drive for both companies, okay? And what happens is on Sundays, they cash out your money for you. You can either have them cash it out electronically or you can cash it out on a regular, however you want. Well, with Lyft, I just cash it out on a Sunday. I'm trying to build some money up. I'm trying to ball out of control. I'm trying to figure this thing out. Y'all ain't teaching us nothing. That's what we talking about today, credit. So I'm trying to ball out of control. Well, I'm driving and I drop off a passenger and my spidey senses kick in when I get this ride request. Ding! I'm like, all right, okay, let me go pick them up. The problem was my senses kicked in because the name said generated. That's it. Well, it kicked in and then my smart self goes, oh, they're probably testing the system. So this probably what they doing. They testing the system or whatever, but the ride's still going. So maybe this is legit. But my smart self, my smart, like my spidey sensey self is like, but why would they be testing it at 10:30 at night and not letting me get no email or nothing? Like, whatever, I'm gonna just drive anyway. Matter of fact, let me look them up so I can call them and ask them, what the hell is a generated Lyft? What is that? Well, I'm looking up the number and I can't find anywhere to call them, and I only got the chance to look maybe 2-3 minutes. I probably started driving 3-4 minutes into the 12-minute ride, and between that 3-4 minutes I've already had driven, I probably looked for like 2 of them. I'm like, okay, well, it's still going, so I'm gonna keep going. Well, my phone rings. For those who drive with Lyft, the automated message comes on when it's from a passenger. They call you and they says, before the passenger speaks, it says, this call is coming from a passenger. Remember, do not give out your phone number or your personal information to the passenger. Click, click, bling, bling. And then the person picks up the phone and you say hello and the conversation goes. The conversation went like this. Same situation. Bling, hello. Hey, Lisa. I'm Lisa. Don't come for me. I'm Lisa. I'm like, this Lisa. Well, my spidey senses kicked in again. Why would this person be calling me from that message number? Why wouldn't it just be a straight line or the Lyft message that says I'm an employee calling you? But that's me. My spidey senses kicked in. However, they calling me. So my smart ass said, They calling me, we good. So the guy proceeds to tell me, hey, this is stupid ass from Lyft. And we are just running a test in your area. And this test is to whatever he said it was to do. So do me a favor. That's what the generated ride is. Go ahead and cancel that ride. You're going to be compensated for that ride. What's happening is we're going to send you a gift card for $100. And he was like, oh, and because you have a good accuracy rate, and we're going to send you this gift card for $100. You're going to receive it in 24 hours. Again, my spidey senses should have kicked up twice right there. That's 2 times plus 2 more times. One of them, the third time was when he said to me, I was a good driver with a good accuracy rate. I should have known red flag number 3 was right there. Why? Because anytime they call you, if you are that driver, they say to you, thank you for having an accuracy rate of a 4.97, acceptance rate of 96.2%, and your passengers love you, and we appreciate you for driving for the last 7 months. Lisa Norm and your social security. No, I'm just kidding. I don't say social, but that's how they do you. So I should have known right then that wasn't it. I should have known right then that wasn't it. But that's number 3. Number 4 was, ain't nobody sending you no damn card in 24 hours. Talking about, so we sending you $100. Talking about we sending you $100. I cannot believe it. Hey, JBs, what up? So I'm still talking to this driver, and he's like, all right, so this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna need you to go to your express pay, y'all. He was so smooth, y'all. He was like, he talked me out of my panties right in the front seat. He was like, mind you, I got 4 things against him that's red flags that you is illegal, bruh. You trying to get my virginity. You trying to pop my hymen. Trying to get my cherry up out me. So I'm like, I'm still listening, but the red flag is going, and my dumb ass is still proceeding to do what he's telling me to do. So, and I'm thinking it as he's saying it, y'all. Exactly what I'm telling you right now, how I'm expressing it to you is exactly what I was thinking. Shout out again to Facebook for watching this behind the scenes live. We are now on the Sin City Heat podcast for those who are just checking in. Hey, JB, what up? So he tells me, you guys know as drivers how this works out. He tells me, go over to your dashboard, click on your express pay, and I need you to put this card number in. And you know when you put the card number in, number 5, cat. You know when you put the card number in, they finna cash you out, right? And that means they're going to take your money to whatever card that is, right? But my smart side said, stupid ass, said, nah. They opened up the green dot card that they about to send me in 24 hours, and they just gonna put the money there. So I say, wait, my money's going to be cashed out. What's going to happen? And he says, oh, no, it's not. It's going to be right there. Again, my dumb ass knew I was right and he was lying, but I still proceeded. I'm learning to follow my instincts, and it's very hard because I just want people to be good people. I want everybody to be good all the damn time. I just do. And I don't have any understanding when they're not. So I proceed to go to Express Pay. I proceed to put the 16-digit card number, expiration, and the CSC number that he gave me off the back of the card. Cash me right out. And guess what? This for Lyft. Y'all gonna get them damn phones together before we stop driving for y'all. The fact that I know you can't do nothing about my money, but make me feel like you can. Make me feel like you ain't stupid, cat. You ain't, or Lisa, you ain't stupid. Make me feel like that. But y'all, that was my situation. So I want to make sure people know that. Tell your people, don't be being stupid, because I was stupid. I'm too smart to be stupid, y'all. And that was very stupid. You are really dumb. Really, really dumb out here. You are. So I just want you guys to learn from that mistake there, and don't do it again. So anyway, I've been having, back to what I was saying. I've been MIA. I miss you guys. I'll be back though. I'm regularly back in this thing every week. I got stuff to talk about. HIVs on that thing. Check that out. My girl is coming through. Miss Annette, and we're going to talk about HIV, how she contracted it, how she's been living with it, what her life has been like. And I'll just tell you now, she contracted it from her husband, her late husband, who died from AIDS. But we're not going to talk about that right now. We're going to talk about that when she get here, because we have to talk about it, because I'm going to need y'all to stop acting like your penises and your vaginas are dispensable. Like, ooh, I can get another one. All right. When that thing is leaking and juicing like Usher and R. Kelly and them, you're going to be mad. You're going to be mad. I'm just here to pass the message, because what I believe personally is so many people know that we have a cure, or not a cure. We have a we have medicine that will prevent your HIV or your AIDS from spreading to other people. It won't prevent the flare-ups necessarily at 100%. It will prevent a lot of the flare-ups. It'll prevent a lot of the symptoms. And actually, sometimes you go symptomless with this medication. Depends on how your body takes it. However, I think a lot of people take advantage of that, and they still out here doing the most because they know that that's out there. That's just my personal opinion, but we'll talk about that later. Shout out to Miss Reynolds. We're gonna get her out here. Shout out to Bestie ENT. They will be on soon as well. Oh my God, I love them. If you have not followed them on YouTube, please do. We did a situation over at the Grits Cafe where about the homegirl that's trying to get away with not paying for the meal. And shout out to Cabria and Danielle of Bestie ENT for having me along for the ride, and Shannon, a Las Vegas native, for being there as well. It's very funny. So if you haven't seen that, go watch that. My throat is where I was going with this. I have to save it a little bit. I got this amazing gig downtown. Okay, so let's talk about this real quick. Okay, so in New Orleans, I sound like I'm at work right now. In New Orleans, there's this karaoke bar on Bourbon Street in Louisiana, and it's called the Cat's Meow. Are you aware of that, Jerome? You been before? Okay, so this bar is here on Bourbon Street, and it's been there like 30 freaking years, and it's the karaoke bar of entertainment. And actually, the slogan is, if you can sing in your car, you can sing in our bar. And I was cracking up because that's how I feel about it. If you can sing in the car, I'm a car singer all day long. I'm not a shower singer. I'm not a stage singer. Well, I guess I am now. Shout out to the Cat's Meow. I'm not a singer. I'm a pretend singer. And I do that in my front seat, okay? I don't have time in the shower to be doing that. I got to wash my toes and all of that other stuff. Oh, I need to write that down. Shout out to toes being in the shower. I am honored to announce that I am a part of the MC team of the Cat's Meow. And I want to say they had about 135. They had a few hundred people come and audition for roles at the Cat's Meow, and the MC was the role I went in for, and luckily for me, I secured that role. Now, what that means for me is, if you've been to Cat's Meow, you know what it is. If you don't, let me give you a heads up. And let me tell you this. I only say this because if I didn't work there, I still would frequent the place for my favorite MC, whoever my favorite MC is, and that's what I would do. That's just being real. It's probably like 7 of us. And I for one, have people to just come and sit and watch me for hours. And I don't realize they've been watching me for hours, but once they tell me they've been watching me for hours, I crack up. So now I totally understand. So if I didn't work there, I would find my favorite MC and I would watch them for hours. So people do that. You can actually go and sing and dance and party. It's a stage full of props you can utilize as well. The DJ's going, it's nonstop karaoke and dancing and laughing and games, and it's just so amazing. The DJs are cool. It's just so much. You got rock star lights and guitars and drums and bubbles and fog machines and wig. Like, it's just a whole situation. I find myself there on my off days. I might go there today. I might come up in that thing tonight. I mean, I ain't seen them in a minute. So I was out of town in Ohio this weekend, but I might stop by tonight because I haven't been in a while. But if you are in Vegas, on Fremont in Las Vegas is where the Cat's Meow is. If you have never been there before on Bourbon Street, you can actually watch it. If you've never been here in Vegas, you can this is the reason to go to Fremont, put it that way. I tell my passengers that, this is a great reason to go to Fremont. It opens at 5. It's 2-for-1 drinks starting at 5. Monday night is like industry night. So if you're a local or in the industry, you 2-for-1 all night. That's from 5 to 2 in the morning. Now food is underway. It's like a really, really good situation. So I've been working there, and that takes a lot on my throat. Plus I ride share, plus I'm still hosting. So that's why I haven't seen you guys on the podcast. However, y'all follow me. Y'all should be following me. And if you're not, what is you doing? You can follow me on everything: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, WordPress, all of that. Sin City Heat with Cat. That's Cat with a K. Y'all already know I'm feisty, baby. I'm feisty. I'm going to need the cat. If you ain't putting the K, you ain't said it. Nah, I'm there. And if you want to follow me on Snapchat, I'm always on Snapchat, even when you don't see me anywhere else. It's KATCITY 702. That's Cat City 702. I like to call myself the coffee before the coffee. I'm the coffee without the coffee. Come on in that thing, and we knock that thing all the way out. Shout out to Ohio for having me. I had such an amazing time. Shout out to my friend Sahara for being the amazing, strong beautiful, resilient woman she is. She has overcame so many different things in her life. And every time God gives her another ball, she swing and hit that thing out the park. I think that's why he continuously blesses her, because she doesn't complain about the balls and the way they're pitched to her. She just hits them, and she'll continue to swing at them until she does strike the ball. So I love you, sis. Thank you for being an amazing friend, and I'm always here no matter what. I was with her this weekend. She lost her sister, and her life has been very, very, for one person to handle, her life has been very difficult. And when I look back, I visually look at her and I go, damn, I complained about this, and this in my life, and these are the cards she was dealt. So it definitely gives me an understanding and an appreciation for someone like her. She took me back home with her in Akron, Ohio this weekend, and she would rather not go back. But I liked it. It was so green. Oh, the houses are like 17 levels high. They got basements and attics and levels in between. There's 20 rooms in it. Like, it was just so beautiful seeing all the greenery. Saw a couple of deers. I saw a dead turkey in the street. Never saw a turkey in person, but he was dead. He was roadkill. And one of the things I enjoyed, besides the fact, we did a butterfly release, by the way, across from her old house for her sister, and it was really, really nice. Live butterflies, of which we all said this nice little situation. It was really, really dope. It was really nice. So shout out to her. She took me to this little mom and pop restaurant called Swenson's. And at Swenson's, they have this burger, and it's ridiculous. First of all, I think they put sugar in the patty. They put some kind of white sauce on top. The cheese is melted like an In-N-Out burger in between the patty though. Like it's in there. And then it's a layer of, I think, the ketchup or, I don't know. It's a layer of something. I don't know. All I know was it's this big and, smaller. And it was really good. So shout out to Swenson's for that. They had these drinks called the California and the Florida. They were really cool. I liked them. It's kind of like Sonic, but not Sonic, if that makes sense. Kind of like Sonic without the Sonic, because it was kind of cool. I liked it. So anyway, always looking for people to sponsor me. Whoever want to sponsor, I'm here. Advertisement, I'm here. If you'd like to sponsor the segment on today's show or the next show, all you got to do is reach out. SinCityHeat@gmail.com is how you find me. You already know I'm always doing stuff. So, I mean, if this could be your segment, this is how it runs up like this, straight like this. This is how I go. This segment is being brought to you guys by the crazy girl with the red ponytail. They call her Kat from Sin City Heat. If you reach out to Sin City Heat, they can help you with marketing, advertising, and promotions. They can also host your events and consulting as well. If you are looking for someone that is a branding magnifica, you should reach out to Kat from Sin City Heat with Kat, and you can find her again at sincityheatwithkat@gmail.com. Like, if that might be you, right in the middle of the segment. This whole segment is you. If that's you, email me, sincityheat@gmail.com, and my manager will definitely take care of you. All right, so let's see. I like to make sure I give you the updates of, I don't think I did this update, but if I did, excuse me, but not excuse me, because somebody needed to hear it anyway. So for those who haven't been to Vegas in a while, I got to make sure I give you your Vegas tidbits. I can't be Vegas and not give you Vegas. I mean, y'all see my background? Like, y'all see my background? Like, it's here. So in Vegas right now, there's quite a few changes taking place, and they've already taken place, and a lot of them have taken place. Sidebar, shout out to the grasshoppers. People want to know, was that real? Yes, it was real. Was it a lot of grasshoppers? Yes, there were. Were they killing people? No, they weren't. Were they biting and attacking people? No, they weren't. Was it all over Las Vegas? Yes, but primarily in places where there were construction lights and the Las Vegas Strip and all the millions of lights they have on the Strip. Are they still here? Yes and no. Yes, behind the link in those damn construction lights by that convention center hall, they are still back there swarming over the lights at nighttime. Big, little, they was grandpa size. They was grandparent size, y'all. There wasn't no baby grasshoppers. Those are military grasshoppers, and the biggest one I saw was this big. So if I'm holding this pen in my hand, the biggest one I saw was right here, and it was at work. And at my job at the Cat's Meow, we're on the second level. The windows go up. They're like They are like car garage windows, but doors, but they're windows, all window glass. Well, I'm assuming the day the grasshopper swooped in that thing, the windows was open. And they came and took that thing down because, oh my God, when I got back on Sunday, because my last day there was Thursday. When I got in on Sunday, oh man, I was like, so who cleaning this up? Who's doing it? Y'all, there was a big one like this on the stage, like this. I had the mic in my hand, like, I'm live, mic on, cameras on. I'm like, yo, somebody better come get yo, boss man, come get the big homie, because he trying to hang out and I ain't got that kind of time. He's like, he's dead. Nah, he too close to be dead, bro. Come get him. Him and his homies, but get him first because he bigger. So that was definitely something we had. The last time we had that was like 99, 2000. I was in high school at that time. I think I was a freshman. And we were coming out of the basketball game and they were there live in the flesh. So they do exist, and I'm not sure when they'll come back. What I will tell you is I think it's a conspiracy. I don't think that we had moist winters and snow in the spring, and they just came out. Where the hell they been for the last 3-4 months since that weather had taken place? Where they been at? Like, they just underground? Like, did they grow up? Like, I got questions because they just popped up. I don't believe that story. I believe somebody bought a plane in this bitch and they opened them doors. But nobody questioned the news when they said that but me. You're welcome. Now go ask them what I said. And you can leave your comments below. You just tell me. The story they said was, well, you guys, it was so moist in Las Vegas in the winter, and then you got the snow in the spring, so it made it moist. Okay, we got snow in February, though. They just popped up in August. They just popped up the end of July. What happened was, bruh, that's 5 months. And we came into the spring, out of the spring into the summer in May. So where they been for 3 of them? Where they been? So I don't believe it. So yeah, we did have grasshoppers. They were called military grasshoppers. I looked it up just for you guys because I know you guys want to know. I get lots of questions about that. A sidebar. If you get in the damn ride share, don't ask the most stupid question. Excuse me, do you live in Vegas? Where else would I live? Henderson, I guess. Green Valley, I guess I'm gonna say no, I live in Summerlin. I was like, no, I live in North Las Vegas. That's what I'm gonna start saying. That's my answer. Do you live in Las Vegas? No, I live in North Las Vegas. That's what I'm gonna say. I'm sold right there. So really quick, let me give you updates. On the Las Vegas Strip, we're going to start from the Mandalay Bay side. The Welcome to Vegas sign, which is by the Mandalay Bay, it has a camera on it, just like we do downtown on Fremont. We have 2, one inside the bar, one on Fremont, pointing directly on Fremont, and it's on Earth Cam. Earth Cam is something you can access all over the globe, so you can watch the people digging their nose and stuff at the Vegas sign. Then you got the Mandalay Bay. They're not doing too much, but tell them I said they need to change that marquee because it's real old. It looks like the old floor model TV. Like, it's the one that had the big back. That's what the Mandalay Bay sign looked like. Shout out to the Luxor. The Luxor had those damn bugs in their light. This is how I knew it was real when the grasshoppers popped up in Vegas. Because somebody said on the radio, we had an invasion of the grasshoppers. And I was driving rideshare at the time. And I'm like, what? You're stupid. And as I pull into the Las Vegas Strip on Tropicana, when I look up, the goddamn Luxor sign is full of grasshoppers. And I mean from the base all the way to the top, not the sign, the light that's on the strip was filled with grasshoppers, and there were dozens and dozens of nasty ass grasshoppers. So it was a thing. Going all the way down the strip, let me catch you up. The Monte Carlo is gone. I told you that. I said that before. The Monte Carlo is gone. It's now the Park MGM. Janet Jackson is killing that thing. And Janet Jackson is a Muslim. Okay, it's not that she's a Muslim. It's that she's covered up. I didn't understand why she was covered up, but she is really covered up at every performance, at every concert, at every interview. And that's all thanks to her husband, who she's no longer with, who is also her child's father. She's a Muslim now. I didn't know that. Well, she's performing over there along with Lady Gaga, all in that area, okay? She is performing there at the Park MGM, which is formerly known as the Monte Carlo. You're welcome. Next door to the Monte Carlo is the old Mandarin Oriental, which is now the Waldorf Astoria. That's all I have to say. Into that. Sin City Center. You already know what that's like. Shout out to the bridge that's being built right in that same area. It's for all of you guys who look at me like you run the streets of my city because I'm being nice by letting you cross the street when you shouldn't be, because it said a hand for at least 7 minutes while the cars are going, and you continue to walk as if you were invincible. You invincible? Not invisible, invincible with an ST. Stable. You must be. Because you still walked and you gave me attitude. And I'm the one that continues to drive. I had somebody pissed. I did that the other day. And my passengers were laughing. I said, I should have got 3 points. So shout out to that bridge being built. As you're going down, there's a parking garage being built there as well. Don't forget about the cafe on the strip. The Hard Rock Cafe is there. Speaking of the Hard Rock, we are now in that zone. The Hard Rock is going away. It's going to be called the Virgin River, not the cafe, the actual hotel. They'll be called the Virgin River. They've already confiscated the guitar and removed it already off of the building. So that's out of the doors. Coming back onto the strip, the Planet Hollywood is one of the most booming hotels on the strip because they have so many things there, such as the Taco Bell Cantina, which is freaking like 24 hours. In the Taco Bell Cantina, the sodas are in the tap. They in the tap. They sell beer and margaritas and shots in that Taco Bell Cantina on the strip next to the hot and juicy crawfish. Going down a little bit further down the strip, the Bellagio Water Show, you guys are seeing that right there. That is there every 15 minutes of every hour till about 1 o'clock in the morning. I just thought you would want to know that because people always ask me that. Going down a little bit further down the strip, if you go across the street from the Bally's, these are just Vegas tidbits that you probably don't know, or you probably have been in Vegas, and these are things that make you go, because when I get passengers that haven't been here for a while and I tell them these updates, they say to me, oh my, like the look on their face is like, I didn't know that, or wow, I remember that, and they have a story to go along with what I'm saying. So there is a $3 and $4 shot bar. It's called the Batistas. It's across the street from the Bally's, right behind the Cromwell parking garage. $3 and $4 shots, not the cheap stuff, all the stuff, okay? Your Patrons, your Hennessy's, your Remy Martins, your Grey Gooses, your Crowns, all that stuff on the list, $3, $4. I think my Crown is like $4, which, by the way, I'm not drinking. I'm on week number 5. I'm on week number 5 of none drinking. I think I'm on a hiatus. I don't think I need to drink right now. I think, what are we doing it for? I don't know why I'm doing it. So I stopped. And I drink wine occasionally. So I'm there for that. So now that we've gotten back off to that side, we are now go down some. Circus still raggedy, still old. The Resort World, I think they took a break on that, especially since Donald Trump sued them. So don't worry about that. The Pirate Show is gone. The Volcano Show is still there at the Mirage. Pirate Show at the Treasure Island is out of there. Circus is still raggedy. Don't worry about that. The SLS. We're going down the strip visually, so you guys should be able to see. If you went Vegas, we just went down this whole strip right now. We started from this side. The SLS got a facelift and a name change, and they removed a roller coaster, which, by the way, sidebar, the roller coaster at the New York is 3D and regular, and locals get a discount. You're welcome. So at the SLS, which is the old Sahara, they changed the name, got rid of the roller coaster. Somebody else bought it about 7 years ago, named it SLS. It kind of still struggles because that's the dark end of the strip, that kind of deal. Well, they have now decided that a new owner has come in, and he has decided to purchase the SLS, and they are now going back to the Sahara Hotel. And SLS is one of my favorite hotels right now, actually. They are going back to the Sahara name and bringing back the whole Sahara feel back to the strip. So that's going to be amazing. So check that out. And I don't remember if I told you, Cardi B was at the Palms. Her billboard is still up, but I haven't seen her here since that first weekend. I'm assuming that she canceled those shows when she had to get that boob job done. And I'm thinking that the Palms was like, you know what, sis? You messing up our money because, first of all, you came out at 4 o'clock in the morning, the first weekend that we opened, and you were the opener for that weekend. And now you're screwing up our money because you getting your titties done. You gotta wait to get them done, Cardi. You didn't need them done right then. And why nobody told you that? Why nobody said, Cardi, don't get your titties done right now because anything can happen. And the doctor says this. And if they did, why didn't y'all push her ass in the closet? Because Cardi gonna mess up her own self. Okay? All by herself, okay? I want to talk about credit, but I'm going to just give you this last bit. I'm going to talk about credit like right now. But I wanted to throw this last thing in. Make sure you leave your comments below. Make sure you subscribe as well. And if you're looking to book me, I travel just reach out. SendCityHeat@gmail.com. I saw a very disturbing video. I'm sure the world has seen it. I actually watched it on one of the porno sites to see it in its full entirety. I wanted to see exactly what was happening at this party. So this cucumber thing that's happening. Okay, so let me be honest. Let me just be honest with you guys right now, because I don't want nobody like, you know what? Listen. I'm not shading, judging the women partaking in the cucumber challenge, because I'm going to be 100 with you. The next time me and the girls get together, we're going to do it with no cameras, because we're going to do it. We're going to be a part of it. But we're going to do that in the house with the homies, and nobody would know that if I didn't tell y'all that. But I'm being transparent, like this shirt, like the green or this yellow on this green screen. I'm being transparent like that with you guys. Now, my thing is, there are so many young girls watching these celebrity women do them every single day, good or bad. They're watching. And I know people like Cardi B say, I didn't sign up to be a role model, but you did. When you sign on the dotted line to say you're going to be a celeb, you did. And I say that because all of you know what you signed up for. And I will tell you that a lot of specifically African-American celebrities, they use the N-word, but you'll never see it on their social media. You'll never see them on a video using it. It might be a movie that they used it in, but they use it because I've caught them in situations where they've used it. But you wouldn't know that if you weren't in that kind of situation, like in the room with them, or you were with them, or you was watching a Snapchat and it slipped out, or whatever the case is, or it was an interview. Like you would never know that, because that's just what they do, and that's how you keep your name clean. So this cucumber thing, I thought it was, if you clean in the cucumber and you playing the game, and I'm not judging you for that, but the fact that you're doing this outside, like, would you go to your mama house and do that at your mama house in front of your mama? Would you do this challenge in front of your own children? A lot of people will say yeah. But those who are celebrities, why are you not thinking about those little girls who are looking up to you and watching you and wanting to be just like you and imitating you and the things that you do? I guess that's the part for me where the difficulty comes in understanding. So I go all the way through this to go through Alexis Sky. Alexis Sky, I think she's from the hip hop, probably Atlanta, one of them. I don't know. She's from there though. I don't know. I don't watch her. However, she's a celeb, and I've heard her name quite a few times. And as I now Google her, I'm catching her when, I'm watching the things that are happening. Well, I'm bringing up her name specifically because I know that these young girls are watching, and her response to what she did on camera was, well, I mean, why not? I can do it, and I'm open, and I'm okay with my sexuality. And the stripper that I did it to, she was cool. She was cool with it. She wasn't tripping. So why y'all tripping? Well, for those who don't know, what she did was they had a cucumber party, Boosie and all the homies or whatnot, and there was a bunch of girls there, and it was girls going wild for the Negroes. I mean, it was extreme. It looked like it was a good time, but it looked like most of the women were high or just trying to get some clout, trying to get to the next level by doing what they got to do, if they weren't already high and under the controlled substance issue kind of deal. Well, it was a point at which this young girl who was the stripper, I think she was, and she was sucking on a cucumber, and they put somebody else's mouth on it. I saw the actual video, so nobody described it. So now I'm describing it to you. She was sucking on the cucumbers. They put somebody else's mouth on the cucumber, so they sucked on the cucumber together. Then they took the cucumber out of the stripper's mouth, the pink-haired stripper's mouth. And then Alexis Sky was the girl standing in front of the girl, because now the stripper has laid down on the floor, on the ground. Alexis Sky now has a cucumber. She has stuck it in the stripper's mouth, and she is imitating the oral sensation of practicing fellatio, with the cucumber on the girl, and she just taking it down. Then she pulls it out of the girl's mouth and she inserts it into her vagina. She unbuttons her onesie and she inserts it into the vagina. She initially, Alexis Sky, is penetrating the pink-haired stripper at the party with all the cameras on, Snapchats, everything going live. Her face and everything is in the video. It came out, when I was seeing it, it didn't look as bad as what I just said, because it was kind of blurred and blocked and bleed and cut and pasted. However, I found the full video, a 10-minute video showing how it led up to that on one of the porn sites. So I say that to say, Alexis and those like Alexis, I'm gonna need y'all to get it together. I got a 19-year-old. I put in a lot of work. I don't want her thinking this shit is cool. Y'all have children. You have sons and daughters. You don't want your son dating somebody like that. And don't tell me that you would be okay with your son dating somebody like that, because you wouldn't. And you have daughters who are looking up to you, and you have nieces and cousins and other little girls that are 5, 6, 7, 8. That video is going viral. And as a matter of fact, God dang piece of hair, as I was watching, looking for that video, or looking, you know when you're watching the video at the bottom, it give you the previews of other videos so you can like look and see who in them. It's so many of you guys as celebrities that were caught out there. We have to be more careful, ladies. We got to stop giving these men this kind of authority, or these women, whoever it is you're giving this authority to. Because it happened to me. Because I gave him authority. Kinda. And he did the exact same thing. I'm just waiting for it to appear wherever it's going to appear at. However, it's happened to me. And it's very embarrassing. My daughter is living with those consequences every day in Reginae Carter's voice. Everything my mama did, somebody had to come tell me about it. My daughter lives with that every day, has been since she was about 16 years old, and she's 19. So the last 3-4 years, she's been living in my footsteps and my shadows, and these photos and videos and things that I'm speaking of, she has seen them. And as a mother, it hurts me to the core to know that me loving on some stupid and me letting him get in my head like that, he did that to me, and my daughter was affected the way she was. Forget about the fact that I could be affected. My daughter was affected in such a manner. So I say that to say, Alexis Sky, Cardi B, Nicki Minaj, Megan Thee Stallion, all of you guys, I need y'all to do it a little cleaner, a little classier. I need you to do it a little better. You know, I need you to do it better for me. Because I need you to understand you got little people watching you. Literally, little people watching you. And I love you guys, you know, I do. We'll talk about Nikki and Trina next time. But I love you guys. But we have daughters and nieces and goddaughters and sons and nephews that are looking at this stuff. It's Google. Everything is Googleable, yo. It's Googleable. I'm Googleable. Google me. Sin City Heat with Cat with a K. So I don't say this stuff like to judge. I'm not judging. It's your fucking life. I don't give two shits. What I do care about is the upbringing of our children, because they are our future. You don't want them thinking that's okay. Now they at parties with their next door neighbor and they got cucumbers trying to do stuff. Or the boy done told him he got a cucumber, so now he over here trying to do the girl. Or, you know, it's happening at school in the bathroom or on the back of the bus or whatever. Kids not always that smart, but we giving them all the tools to be as smart as us by doing all the things that we're doing in front of them. Everything is Googleable, okay? So I don't want to sound like preachy preach mama, but I'm preachy preach mama right now. So another thing, so let's get into this credit. Facebook, I'm getting rid of y'all right now because I got to get into this credit. But if you want to watch the rest of this video, you can go to YouTube and you can see the rest of it there at Sin City Heat with Cat. And I appreciate you. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you. I always want to do some behind the scenes, guys. I love you guys. You guys are super chill. I'll be back later to comment and everything. Bye, guys. No messenger. So we're going to talk about credit real quick. I'm going to drop this credit story for you guys. And the reason why I'm going to drop it is because I wanted to do it a while ago, but now I have more of a testimony to drop it. So first and foremost, nobody told us about credit. And because they didn't tell us about credit, we kind of screwed ourselves up in the long run, because nobody broke down what it was for. Nobody told us how to take care of it, how to gain it. They made it seem like we were just gonna be born with credit and it was just gonna be popping and things was gonna be doing whatever it was gonna be doing. That's how they made it seem for us, okay? And that's not the case, okay? So let's start there for those who don't know. This is for teenagers who are watching this video, who's gonna catch up on this video. This is for adults who don't have a clue. This is for those who wanna share it with somebody and they need somebody else to say it in these words because it makes it easier for them to understand. Whatever that is, by any means, this is for you. And again, if you have not already subscribed right here, do that right here, okay? I appreciate you. Credit, FICO score. The credit is used in your life to purchase things, to get a cheaper rate of purchasing things, to get better deals. It's basically a trust factor. If we loan you money, will you pay it back? And people will have you thinking that you're born with good credit. No, you're born with no credit. None. You have to get it. People think that if you have an apartment, you will have good credit. People think that if you rent a house, you'll have good credit. People think that if you rent a car, possibly that you'll have good credit. People think that so many different things, you'll have good credit. It doesn't work like that. The way it works is you have to earn that credit. Yes, you can get an apartment. Yes, you can get a house. But if you do not own that house or own that apartment, you're just renting. And as a renter, they don't report your rental history to the credit reporting agencies, Experian, Equifax, or TransUnion, which are the 3 credit reporting agencies. They don't report that. However, what they do report is when you are delinquent. That's the setup. They don't report the fact that you've been paying on time every month, but that one time you had that shortcoming, they report that to the credit, and that makes your credit go down. In the last few years, I have noticed that they are now using our FICO score for not only for buying houses or cars or boats or motorcycles or businesses. They're also using it for insurance purchases. They're using it for things that they've never used before, auto insurance. They want to see what your FICO score is. And we didn't think that it was important, but it's very important. I made a post that said, what would you rather have, $100,000 in the bank, or would you have a good FICO score? And the responses were really, really good. A lot of people said 100,000, but a lot of those people that were saying it for all the wrong reasons. The people that were saying 100,000 were the people who had the good credit score. They just want some money now. Put some money in my pocket so I ain't got to go borrow. But the whole point of, and that's the way it should be. You should be able to have a credit score so good that you don't have to, that if you had to borrow, you could. It would be a very, very low interest rate or no rate at all. If you had to do it, you could. But you have the $100,000 in your bank to do that. Well, I wanted to explain to you what having good credit does for you, okay? So I'll start with the fact that I filed for bankruptcy a few years ago. And I wasn't happy that I had to file for it, but unfortunately, I cleaned up my credit from my early 20s of fucking that up, because I didn't know I was fucking it up. I had cleaned that up, but by the time I finished with that last relationship, I had screwed it all up again. So I filed a bankruptcy right after that. And what happens is it drops your score down to the zero, okay? I don't suggest bankrupt. If you only got like $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, call those people, make some payment arrangements, pay it off, see if they'll settle, send you a letter. They need to send you the letter. They need to say they're going to send you a letter that says you paid them in full, that it's not a settlement, or if they're settling it, are they going to report it to the credit bureaus to say that you paid it in full? Like, you do those things with the company if you are less than 10,000 or so, okay? That way you don't have to do a bankruptcy. You could just clean it up yourself, because in my early 20s, that's what I was doing, cleaning up all the stuff I screwed up when I was growing into my adulthood, screwing it up, payday loans, power company, cable bill, whatever. It's on there. It's on there. And I'm not thinking nothing of it. So like I said before, credit doesn't build itself. And you have to figure out, you have to build it yourself. You have to do it. And ways to do that would be houses, purchasing houses, boats. Let me give you some full examples. Houses, boats, credit cards, that kind of deal. And I'll tell you why it's good for you to have this good credit score in a few seconds. Now, when you get a credit card, people don't understand how credit cards work. I definitely didn't understand it because they don't tell you this. They say get a credit card. If you can't pay all your balance that you use this month in full, don't worry about it. Get the credit card. And what we'll do is tell you about your minimum payment of $25 due on the 13th of every month. As long as you make that minimum payment, don't worry about it. You're good. Don't worry about it. What they don't tell you is that minimum payment don't go towards that balance of $200 that you got. It just gives you more time to come up with some money. What they should be saying is, all right. Oh, and they also don't tell you this before I tell you that. They also don't tell you that if you pay additional money in addition to the $25 minimum that they want you to pay, they also don't tell you that and if you pay a few more dollars extra, $5, $10 extra, the entire amount will go towards that $200. They don't tell you that. So in my 20s, I'm not doing that. I'm paying the minimum. Then I figured out, if I pay a little bit more, it's dropping it, but I'm not paying attention because the card damn near maxed out. Like, I'm just paying it off. So what I have been doing since my bankruptcy, I just got credit cards in the last year. And maybe it's been less than a year. It's probably been 6 months or less. Maybe 6 months. I had gotten one credit card, and what I had been doing was something I had never done before, which was make the payments weekly, pretty much. I'm making it sometimes twice a week. I'm making $20, $30, even if it's $20. Here's $20 towards it. I got an extra $20 today. Let me go ahead and schedule for you to take this out tonight. Put that over there. And what was happening was it was paying off my monthly bill in advance. It's paying it before my minimum due date is even happening. It's paying it early. I wasn't realizing, shout out to my hairstylist, Miss Kelsey O. She's the one that always makes me, she always slays me. I have to call her because her and I were talking about, she was telling me that she figured out that if she pays her car payment at least 1 or 2 days before it's due, they're reporting it early so it looks like you paid early on the credit. So the car people are like, oh, Kat paid her car payment on the 30th. It's not due to the next month on the 15th. So they reported it on the 30th. So it looks like, she paid her bills early and on time. Like, you in here. Forget just on time. They early. So the credit people don't know, the name don't show on the credit bureau, the date. It just shows that it's paid. So it looks like you're paying early, not late, and it's looking really good on it. I like to encourage people that if you can't pay, like for your car, whole like that, not can't pay, if you have the option and can pay for your car half and half, like, this paycheck I'm gonna pay half, this paycheck I'm gonna pay half, but I'm gonna pay it before the due date, that last half is gonna be like 3 days early, that will push your credit score up quickly. Okay, now with the credit card, and that's the same for mortgages too, and the credit card, they tell you to stay at least 50% below your balance, your available credit on your credit card. They say stay at least 50% below. So that way your credit score shows up. It doesn't look like you're a risk. So it looks like, okay, this is usually when they needed it. So things I suggest you do is put your subscription to your Prime Amazon account, your Tidal, your Spotify, your car payment. Put your whatever that is on that credit card. If you don't need a credit card, get one. If you don't need one, get one. And do what I'm saying and thank me later in these comments. You'll thank me later. Because what you could essentially do is get the credit card, put something on a recurring charge every month, and just pay it off every month. The way you was paying it from your paycheck, go ahead and just have the paycheck, have it paying from your paycheck. Go ahead and pay it from the credit card. Go to the credit card account, set up your next payment to be drafted and draft it for the date you normally would have paid it from your own checking account. And then we'll put it back on the card. And again, if you want to split that, split it. If you don't. However, do it from there and pay it before your 30-day mark. It's very simple. If you can afford to buy weed every day, if you can afford to buy cigarettes every day, you can afford to buy drinks every day, coffee every day, get your hair done, X, Y, and Z, you can afford to throw $10, $15 to your credit card every couple of days. You don't have to do 20, 30, but that will help you so much. Now, I say that because in the last 40 days, it hasn't even been 40 days. I'm going to be honest. I don't know what the hell I did They gave me a -1 point last month, like in the last 40 days on my credit, but I remember it like it was yesterday. It was like, your credit score is down 1 point. I'm like, damn, is it ever gonna come up? I'm doing all these different things. What's going on? Okay. Well, I found out this past Friday that not only did my credit score jump up in 40 days, it went up 36 freaking points, y'all. 36. I've never seen it go up 36. It'll go down 77 in one whop, but up 36? I ain't know that. So I'm excited, and I needed to go ahead and bring this situation to you guys. I'm calling this segment credit shit because that's what it is. Credit and shit. Okay. Now, it was one of the best things I could have happened to me because I didn't know. I'm like 36 points. So I say that to say, monitor your credit. Okay. There's a way to do that once a year for free. Federal guidelines make it possible. You have to do it. Okay. How you do that is you go to free annual report. Annualcreditreport.com. I've been doing it for a long time. They used to have a commercial. It used to be these white dudes playing instruments on cars and stuff. And it would say it is like freecreditreport.com. I don't know. They don't have it no more, but the website still exists and it's still free. Now, what I'm doing now is monitoring my credit report. I used to print out all 3 reports at one time, and I would go down the credit report and I would start checking off stuff that I got to contact the credit bureaus about to dispute. That name isn't right. That address isn't right. That's not me. I don't know who that is. And then I would pay stuff off and settle stuff and get stuff taken care of. Well, now I'm at a different point in my life to what I'm doing is I am printing one credit report like in January, checking all that stuff, monitoring it, getting it all together. Next quarter, I'm printing out another credit report, like the middle of the year, just to make sure that stuff is off and the update. So maybe I did TransUnion first. Now I'm doing Experian. Now Equifax is the very last one. And all 3 of them should essentially have the same information. So I just keep up with it. So I encourage you guys to go to annualcreditreport.com because it's free. It's legal, and they have to give it to you. They ask you a bunch of questions about your life. Did you open an auto loan this year? Who do you bank with? Who was your first job through? But it's all to verify your identity. And if you can't answer the stuff, they're not going to give you the credit report. Let's see, what else is there? Really quick, sliding out of the credit report stuff real quick is passwords. We oftentimes use our passwords for the same password across the board for everything. I don't want to do it either. However, we have to change our passwords. We can't use stuff like 1234 1111 5555 3535. Like, you have to use something different and change it every time. Don't be like, ooh, cat 1, cat 2, cat 3, cat 4, because people will play with that until they figure out what it is that you are utilizing for that. Is that food? What? It came in the studio? Shout out to Hamburger Hut with the expensive prices. We'll talk about that next week. Anywho, so use your passwords wisely and change them. When you change them, what happens is nobody can hack into your stuff. And that's what's basically happening. People are hackers, and they're doing a good job at it. And specifically, the hackers hacked into the credit bureaus. And so right now they're paying us right now $125. You're welcome. Go Google it. And you can write to the credit people and tell them because it was a breach. It was a breach through one of the credit bureaus. And this happened a few years ago. So billions of us have been affected. And what they're doing is giving us money or paying for our credit to be monitored and putting a seal on it. And if you did the work yourself, they're giving you the money for it. So check that out. Also, to give you the last update on the credit. So people always ask, what is the reason to have the good credit score? Okay. You get lower interest rates. People don't understand that. If you go get a car, most of the time, for me, when I was screwing it up so bad, my interest rates is 24, 25% on a fucking nothing. All on credit cards, 24, 25 freaking percent. And it shouldn't be that high. But they're taking a risk with you every time they loan you money or put you in a position for that money. So what it does is lower your interest rates. Whether you're buying a car or you're leasing a car, you get an interest rate. You can essentially walk in the car dealership and say, I want that, and not put no money down. That's how you know your credit is legit. Because you can say, I want that, no money down. And they'll give it to you straight like that because your credit spoke for itself. You walked in with an S on your chest, and they love you because they know you're going to pay it back immediately. They're going to take money out the card. They're going to give it to you all souped up and everything, but they are definitely going to give it to you. Now, if you want to have better interest rates, you got to keep that credit together. You got to keep that credit together. You definitely have to do that. Thank you. That's my loud food, y'all. Sorry, y'all. It's doing stuff. Okay, we good. Okay, so banks will give you loans. However, that interest rate going to be stupid, okay? If you want a better interest rate to save yourself money in the long run, keep the credit score high and work to repair your credit score by making those house and car payments on time or early. Pay off your loans before the end of the period. Like that's including, a credit card is a loan in full every month. Now, buying a car, like I said, is a common purchase. Many Americans take out loans when they do that. What happens is it's typically easier to get with a poor credit score. However, with the poor credit score, you only qualify for high interest rates, like I said, and larger down payments. That's why you end up going in with $900. They be like, yeah, we need you to give us $1,900 though, because we don't know. So just give us $2,000. P.S. That $2,000 goes to the dealership. They taking a chance on you. You don't even go to them. It goes to the dealership, okay? Yes, it comes off of your money, but it goes towards the dealership. It's like I'm selling it. This car was $5 when I bought it, but when I sell it to the people to make my profit, it's now $25. So we going to get our $5 back plus some interest, but we going to send it to those people to cover the entire $25, if that makes sense to you guys. Now, the last thing, P.S. insurance companies are now running your credit for insurance. They're not playing. It's like this is a real situation. And in Las Vegas right now, they are looking so hard at our credit reports that it is ridiculous. It is freaking ridiculous with that, because what they're doing is they are, if your credit is an A1, they're giving you a house. They're letting you rent their house. They're letting you rent their apartment. But they want you to give them first month's rent, last month's rent, and a deposit, plus your admin fees, your cleaning fees, your key fees, your gate card fees, and you end up paying $3,000, $4,000, $5,000. Now, I know people in Cali like, bitch, stop complaining, because they paying like $10,000, $20,000. However, in Vegas, $3,300 was a lot to move in, sis. I was like, oh, $3,300, what are we doing? And that's why things like that are happening. So that credit score is very important. When you're starting a business or you're thinking about starting a business, you need a business loan sometimes. If you don't have it, people on my post said they'd rather the $100,000 to start a business, but they didn't think about the bigger picture. $100,000 is not enough to start a legit business what kind of business you doing? I want to know. You can start any kind of business you want, but what kind of business? I just need to know, because it could be something that take $20,000, something that take $1,500, and you're going to build it. But I want the best. So I want to do a lot with my $100,000. So just give me the credit, because I want to make sure that my employees under me, that if my business didn't make money in the first year like they said it wouldn't, because God wasn't ready to give it to me yet for whatever reason, I want to make sure that my employees going to still get paid while the business ain't doing so well because it's my first year. I want to make sure my light bill still gets paid. I want to make sure that the building fund for the building with rent is still paid. I want to make sure my company van is still good. I want to make sure my family can still eat. I want to make sure things can still be done. So come and give me the loan. Give me the loan. Because I want all my paint to be the same color. I want to have all my promo stuff. Like, I want to have everything for my business up front for that type of business. So just give me the credit. Because what happens is you're going to give me the credit. I'm going to get the business. I'm going to make my own money, give you your money back. Make my own money. My credit's so good, I'm not even giving you that much of your money back. I'm literally giving you back your money. Maybe giving you a couple of extra dollars, but not no $4,000, $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, $8,000, $10,000 on top of a $20,000 or $30,000 loan I took out. You know what I mean? So when you're starting your business and you need a business loan, your credit score and your history will factor into your eligibility for small business financing, regardless whether you're starting a business from scratch or trying to get the funds to expand the business you already have, okay? So I brought this segment to you guys because it's very important that you understand credit and what it's doing for you and why we need it. People don't think they need it. I want it. I want it. I want to be the person, and I'm going to say this out loud. And y'all know I love everybody because everybody is my friend. But I can say this out loud. Other nationalities, they living off credit, bro. They not living off their own social security numbers. Like, they're not paying these big, like, their business is credit businesses, not using their social security numbers. And they're not using, bro, they're not going out buying $100,000 cars cash. They going out getting $100,000 cars on a lease. Had its back. If I want it again, I'll get it again. I don't want it. I don't want it. Straight like that. So, anywho, I think my folks is coming in. We in here live. I may as well just invite them to the mic. Who out there coming on the mic? I can hit him. Y'all in there doing stuff. So, y'all do me a favor. Subscribe. Like that thing right here. Leave your comments below if you have questions below. I'm here for it. If you have a topic you want me to talk about, you want me to cover, reach out to me. I'm here for that as well. I love you guys. You guys are amazing. My email is sincityheat@gmail.com. All of my social media is right there in that corner. They did pretty good this time. I appreciate you. Facebook, if you're catching the rest of this from Facebook, and now you are over on YouTube, thank you guys for coming over to watch it. I appreciate you guys. You guys are super, super dope. You guys have a great Tuesday. I'll be back next week. We're going to talk about the next two topics are going to be kind of heavy, but not. One, we're going to talk about relationships and knowing what your worth is, whether it's male or female. And lastly, we're going to talk about not really lastly. I have a segment that I'm going to call funerals and things. I want people to understand how funerals should go as far as dealing with the funeral home, the insurance side of it, you being the griever and what your family should be looking forward to, you being the griever's friend or family, and you're coming over and what you should be doing for your griever, all the way down to the church, what your job is in the situation, all the way down to that thank you book that we have at the funeral that people write their name in. They're supposed to write their whole full addresses. We're going to talk about all of that. I just want to make sure that we understand how funerals go. It just hurts my soul sometimes when I'm at funerals and certain things like those things are not lasting, are not taking place as they should be, because I've seen funerals since I was like 7, 8 years old. So I've seen how it works. So I just want to make sure that the new millennials, because our grandparents didn't pass this down to us, I want to make sure that we all understand what and how funerals should take place and how it should happen. So again, thank you guys. My name is Kat, y'all. And I'm out this thing. Bye, guys.